What's up everyone, welcome to Ben's Car Reviews. I'm Ben and today we'll be dissecting the 2024 Toyota Venza. Let's get right into it with the chart. 4 different trims will be available to you on your 2024 Venza: LE, XLE, Nightshade Edition, and Limited. LE's going to start you off at just over $35,000. Limited will round you out just over $43,000. So $8,000 difference roughly between these 4. Hopefully that allows you to pick one of these out that falls in your budget. Get your hands behind the wheel of one. Engine option makes it simple. A one and only 2.5 liter dynamic force 4-cylinder hybrid setup. Give you 219 horsepower, 163 pound-feet of torque. Not the quickest vehicle on the road, but you're not buying it for that purpose, but certainly enough to get out of its own way. That'll be paired with an eCVT and standard all-wheel drive across the board, which I love seeing. Thank you, Toyota, for doing that. Looking at MPGs, the hybrid setups could set you off very nicely. Definitely one of the perks of going with this, and makes up for the fact that the power is not substantial. 40 city, 37 on the highway. That's a great way to get an SUV to last. Real quick, guys, here at Ben's Car Reviews. I strive to be the most accurate, relevant information under 10 minutes. There's no misleading and no wasted time. If that's something that's intriguing to you and you like this content as you watch, please like and subscribe so you continue to the channel. Let's keep going. I think the Venza may be one of the most slept on SUVs available, and now this is the final year of the model. I say that because I've rarely seen them, along with never seeing really articles about them, hearing about them, news-wise, anything. They've just been kind of in the shadows, doing a great job in Toyota's lineup. They just don't have star power like, say, the RAV4 or the Highlander. I think this is one of the best designs in Toyota's lineup. I'm a big fan of the light designs on the Venza, certainly unique, and I like that old Camry look of the headlights. You're getting standard LEDs all around, including daytime running lights. All but the LE also have standard LED fog lights, which is a great touch. 18-inch wheels on the LE, 19-inch wheels on the rest. All wheels are going to get wrapped in all-season tires. When we're talking about the Nightshade, this is going to feature blacked out rear badging, 19-inch alloy wheels, black upper grille, black roof rails, and a smoked chrome finish and rear molding. So definitely kind of that more aggressive looking Venza if that's your style. All trims have aerodynamic underbody panels, an integrated rear spoiler, black rocker panels, active grille shutter, and aerodynamic side garnish. XLE and Limited have standard silver roof rails, and as I mentioned, Nightshade has an optional black roof rails. Dual chrome exhaust tips on all trims, looking sharp. Toyota says the advanced hybrid powertrain and specifically tuned suspension offers smooth acceleration and balanced turns for a refined drive every time you get behind the wheel, and I'm inclined to believe them. Color options are definitely limited compared to the rest of Toyota's models. Only a few options and nothing two-toned like many other Toyotas have nowadays. A little disappointed there to see that color options are lacking. In terms of drive modes, you're going to have 4: normal, eco, EV, and sport. So nice to see a sport mode in there. Even though this can't go overly quick, still nice to have that. Get a little more responsive. This thing has a standard hands-free power liftgate, which I never see when doing these reviews. Great to see from Toyota. There's a rear windshield wiper. Just want to throw that in there in case you find that useful. This is a 2023 IIHS top safety pick. Great to know. Peace of mind there. It measures in at 186.6 inches long, 73 inches wide, 65.9 inches tall, and weighs in at most 3,913 pounds. So kind of a sweet spot for not too big, not too small. Great way to get an SUV. Powertrain warranty is 60 months or 60,000 miles. Choosing a best bang for your buck is pretty straightforward on this lineup. Given everything on the chart is equal, except for the price tags, that automatically makes a lot of factors easy to sort through. I see the value in jumping to the XLE for the bonus standard features and elevated wheel design. And since the Nightshade is just a couple hundred more, I also see that as a great option if you're more of a fan of that blacked out look. The LE clearly doesn't lack anything mechanically over the others, but the design is slightly more bland, as well as not having the full amenities on the inside, which I see an extra $4,000 as being worth those going to the next setup. Sadly though, Toyota really does save a lot for only the Limited. A lot of just options, if even, for the other trims, so let's get into that interior. I'm as impressed with this Venza interior as I am also unimpressed. I like the design, but I'm disappointed in how Toyota set up the standard features per trim level. Thankfully, there's still some good stuff for the money, especially if you opt above the LE. This is a 5-seater, and the 60/40 split folding rear seats allow for a nice amount of storage in the back. The LE gets a small 8-inch infotainment touchscreen. The rest get a much larger 12.3-inch screen. You're going to get a 7-inch analog driver's information display on the bottom 3 trims, and a much larger 12.3-inch display, digital display, on the Limited only. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capability on all trims. 10-inch heads-up display on the Limited. Up above, there's a digital rearview mirror on the Limited. A 6-speaker audio system is standard. A 9-speaker premium JBL audio system is in the Limited, and an option on the XLE. Available Stargaze fixed panoramic moonroof can transform from opaque to transparent at the push of a button. That's a cool touch. It's an option for the Nightshade and the Limited, so not standard on any trim. Ambient lighting in here fits this to a T. Wireless charging is standard on all trims, which is another aspect of this Venza I never see in other models. Usually always is available. Dual zone automatic climate control on all these trims. All steering wheels are leather wrapped, but only the Limited is heated. There's 8-way power adjustable driver's seat with lumbar. LE has fabric seats. XLE and Nightshade have Softex. Limited has perforated Softex. There are 5 USB ports in this for a lot of charging capability. Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 gives a suite of driver's assist, safety, and technology features. Overall, I think Toyota could have been more generous on the lower trims. I understand the lower trims getting gypped, especially the LE, but the XLE and Nightshade should be more deserving. I think if they got heated seats and a larger information display, it would make things a lot better. Not even having that as an option is strange to me, because Toyota usually does better than this, and you can check that out in any of my other Toyota reviews. Basically, when you see a bunch of trims in a lineup, the lower trims really lack the nice features. But when there's only 4, there's no reason why there can't be more at the bottom. A little strange to see how much Toyota saved for only the Limited. In review, guys, if you're in the market for an SUV like this, you're thinking about getting this Venza while you still can get it brand new, as it is going away. 2024 is the last model year for this, really getting replaced by the Toyota Crown Signia. It's really what's kicking it out of the lineup. I think you're making a great choice looking at this one. Direct competition from Toyota that I've seen in articles, Ford Edge, Nissan Murano, Honda CR-V Hybrid, and I'd even say its brother in the lineup, the RAV4, really compare very well to this in terms of what they're offering, size, powertrain, all that stuff. But like I said at the very start of this video, I really think this Venza is slept on. Yes, it's a little funky, as I've gone through and I've mentioned what's offered per trim level, but it is a Toyota. It is a nice car. You're going to get a solid engine, hybrid system, great MPGs, a lot to like about here, and the price tags aren't outrageous. You can still get in this for under $40K on 3 out of the 4 trims, and that top trim not being much more than $40K. So a lot of great ways to option this out, get it how you want, but some things I wish were a little better, which maybe you'd be able to find elsewhere. So definitely cross-compare to see ultimately what you want to get in the end. But hopefully this video laid things on a clear way for you guys. Thank you for watching this Benz car review. Please subscribe if not already. If you're ready for a future review, drop in the comments and I'll see what I can do. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, I have that option now. Check that out and join if you'd like. And I'll catch you on the next Benz car review.